The Ghanaian cedi and the three East African shillings have all recently hit all-time lows as panic buying of dollars hits currency markets in the developing world. While central bank intervention has helped currencies like the Zambian kwacha, Kenya's experience has been the most frustrating, with a significant intervention last week failing to stop the quick slide from 97 to 104 shillings to the US dollar. But Central Bank Governor Prof Njuguna Ndung'u now says this is due to some unnamed commercial banks who have been holding US dollars. He accuses them of holding importers and Kenyans at large at ransom, forcing them to pay for the foreign currency at higher than necessary rates. With the shilling at one point trading at more than 104 shillings to the US dollar, the central bank was once again forced to try to stamp its authority on the market. The CBK says it's been taking action by selling US dollars to commercial banks and the market at large, adding that this has not been effective because it's not received support from market intermediaries or banks. Instead, CBK officials allege some banks have short-circuited its efforts to intervene by acquiring and hoarding US dollars for speculation even as the shilling continued its slide, this to the detriment of both the economy and the price level. To address this, the central bank announced its most drastic action yet, saying it will no longer use banks as an intermediary between itself and certain targeted sectors of the economy, but will now sell dollars directly, in effect cutting out the speculative games it accuses banks of playing. The move saw a small rebound of about 2% or 2 shillings in the exchange rate today. Professor Ndung'u did not name the banks he was blaming for sending the shilling on a downward spiral.
We don't sit back because we are a regulator. We don't sit back to see what is really happening. We actually analyze the situation. And during the same period, of course, the volume of borrowing from the central bank by some strong banks went up, suggesting an arbitrage in terms of arbitrage opportunities.
The move highlights the bad blood between the regulator and some in the banking industry, who now seem able to hold it at ransom and maybe even punch above their weight. The Kenyan consumer, meanwhile, continues to bear the brunt of the situation. James Garani, KTN Prime.